Buenos dias, CS Nation. It's your boy, El Presidente here, and welcome back to another cringy-ass video on the dark web. Speaking of cringe and me being El Presidente, you know what you should do? You should join the CS Nation, the official Jordan CS No Discord server. Okay, inside the CS Nation, you can talk about games, share memes, suggest videos, talk about other random shit. There's lots you can do. Anyway, you guys aren't here to hear me shill for my Discord server. You guys are here because you want that Sony pony sold. I know exactly what you want. Don't even fucking lie to me. And so I'm here to deliver. Now what are we talking about today? Well, I'm glad I asked, because today we're talking about Sony Fanboys weaponizing Stray. You know, that new cat game where you walk around as a cat and do parkour and stuff. I actually don't really know what it's about. I kinda don't care. Now around the same time, As Dusk Falls came out, which is sort of a very niche indie game that came out on Xbox, and because Stray is doing better than it, Sony Fanboys saw this as a big own against all the Xbots, even though it isn't, nobody cares, and decided to make a big deal out of it on everyone's favorite website, known as Twitter. So without further ado, let's just read some of these brain-dead, intelligent takes in Jordan CS No's 4 billionth Sony Fanboy video. Alright, let's start with some of the responses to Xbox's tweet, literally just saying that they released a new game. Stray destroyed it. PlayStation better. Stray cat game clears. You know, I honestly feel sorry for whoever is in charge of running the Xbox Twitter account, because they can't even make a single post without some fucking losers going, PlayStation better. Like, bitch, shut the fuck up. If your PlayStation was all that good, and all this and that, I wouldn't be seeing you on Twitter crying all the time, would I? 1 FPS, lol, cat laughing face emoji. Jesus Christ, who the actual fuck uses that emoji? I mean, not only is anything this guy says discredited by the fact that he's using the cat laughing face emoji. Like, I don't even need to argue against his bullshit 1 FPS argument. He's done it for me. We hate one-and-done walking sim movies. You know, it's always funny when Sony fanboys and Xbox fanboys try to roast each other for lacking self-awareness, not realizing that they're both equally as unself-aware as each other. Like, they're the same side of the same fucking coin. It's a two-headed coin. Which, to be honest, a lot of fanboys would probably like, because, let's just be honest, the only head these motherfuckers ever getting is from a coin. Anyway, let's move on to some more general tweets. Starting with this one from Ronan Rakurai. It says, when Xbots want you to believe Xbox landed a successful counterpunch to Stray, official thread on Error shows As Dusk Falls is a joke. There's only 28 clown comments on the OT for a game that's free for 22 million Game Pass subscribers. A bunch of laughing face emojis everywhere. Bro, who on earth is trying to claim that As Dusk Falls is a counterpunch to Stray? They're not even remotely similar games. Additionally, As Dusk Falls is a much more niche game compared to Stray. Like, one is a platforming game where you run around as a cat, and the other is a story-driven game told through pictures. I think it's pretty obvious why As Dusk Falls didn't sell as well. Anyway, this next one comes from The Red Dragon. It says, Xbox Game Studios' latest game, published today, As Dusk Fall, completely bombs on Steam, barely 100 players. Stray also launched today and hit over 60k players. I just played it a bit, and like what I've played so far. You know, the fact that these motherfuckers are this desperate to own the Xbox that they'll compare two games that have nothing in common to each other is absolutely fucking hilarious. Like, they do realize that the reason As Dusk Falls isn't as popular as Stray isn't because it's an Xbox title or because of Stray, but it's because As Dusk Falls is an incredibly niche game that appeals to, like, basically 3 people on the entire fucking planet. Like, there's probably more people watching this fucking video than there are people buying As Dusk Falls. This next tweet comes from MK8. It says, "Man, you know Xbox is trash when Stray gets more attention than your #1 flagship title." Laughing face emoji. You know, I love how he's trying to compare the player count for Stray now, you know, right after it's come out when it's supposed to have peak players, to Halo Infinite now, when that came out 7 months ago. Like, not only are they completely different games, but Halo came out 7 months ago, which usually most games peak when they first come out, meaning that Halo now would be well past its prime. Although if you do want a more fair comparison, you should be using the numbers from when Halo first came out, except, oh no, that was 200,000 players. That wouldn't work, would it? Because it wouldn't fit with the narrative that you're trying to push here. I'm sorry, dude. Better luck next time. But don't worry, my friend. You can always wait 7 months and see if Stray is still performing as well as it is now. Anyway, this next tweet comes from AAA Gaming. It says, "I see no As Dusk Falls video clips. I see Stray clips everywhere I look. I even see cats and dogs excited about their owner playing Stray. I see no one being excited about As Dusk Falls, but the people who are marketing the game. Fake hype is fake hype. Gamers can see through it." I mean, dude, of course you're not gonna see as much hype around As Dusk Falls as you are around Stray. They're completely different games, and Stray is much more broadly appealing than As Dusk Falls. Like, of course you're not gonna see as many people excited for a very niche game like As Dusk Falls. Like, it is honestly hilarious to me how desperate Sony fanboys are to find something to use to own the Xbox, that they'll compare these games despite how completely different they are. It's simultaneously hilarious and pathetic. This next tweet comes from "Xbox is now a third-party developer in last place." It says, "Yo, honestly, Stray looks better than Halo Infinite. This is crazy." You know, I honestly feel quite sorry for Sony fanboys that they can't just enjoy a game that they have and admit it's good, and they have to constantly compare it to Xbox games in some weird dick measuring contest on the internet. Like, do I even need to mention how completely different these games are? Like, one's a first-person shooter, and one's a platformer where you run around as a cat. They're completely different. I mean, technically speaking, Forza Horizon 5 looks better than all of them. Although apparently that didn't count because it's a racing game. Anyway, this last tweet comes from Whisperistic. It says, "So let me find out Xbox players big mad about Stray reviews being nothing but good scores. I don't call them Xbots because I own an Xbox myself. Calling them that would be hypocrisy. Got both actually, but they mad." I don't think a single person on the Xbox side gives a shit that Stray is getting good scores. Like, no one cares. Like, honestly, the only people that genuinely give a shit about review scores are PlayStation fanboys. Everybody else on the planet who doesn't play Twitter 24/7 is too busy reviewing the game for themselves. Or in other words, forming their own opinion and not relying on paid shill journalists to make a decision for them. Anyway, that's all the tweets I got for today, so that's gonna be the end of today's video. If you did enjoy, leave a like. If you're new to the channel, why not subscribe? Turn on those post notifications so you never miss an upload. Follow me on Twitter, @JordanCSNo. Subscribe to my second channel, JordanCS2, for more content whenever I decide to make some more. You know, I might. Remember to join the Discord server. Link to that will be in the description. Please don't send any hate over to any of the accounts mentioned in this video. It's really unneeded. But that's all for today. So until the next one, piss off.